Hello, Odooers, and welcome back. Well, it's just another day here at Stealthy Wood, which means a ton of new packages are coming in, but I have no idea what to do with them. Now, like many of you, I'm in peak physical condition, so I'm not concerned about the heavy lifting. But I do want to make sure that everything gets stored in the right place. That's why I use Odoo's Putaway Rules. And what are these magical rules, you may ask? Let me show you. Odoo's inventory app lets me set up put-away rules that tell me three things: an initial arrival location where incoming products are received, the product itself, and then a sub-location to store that product. It's basically Odoo's way of telling me, take the shipment and then put it somewhere specific. I have a general parent location in the warehouse for storing all of my products. We call that warehouse/stock. And in that general space, I set up a shelf specifically for flower pots, which we'll call warehouse/stock/flowers. By creating a put-away rule for our flower pots, anytime I receive those products, Odoo will tell me that they go on that special shelf. Plus, anytime someone orders flower pots from me, Odoo will tell me to pull the product from that shelf. So for all my fellow rule lovers out there, let's jump into our database to see how easy it is to set up put-away rules with Odoo. Alrighty, before I can make a put-away rule, I have to enable a few settings for my warehouse first. To do that, I'll go to the Inventory app, click on the Configuration subheading, and then click Settings. From here, I'll scroll down to the bottom to the Warehouse heading, and I'll make sure that multi-step routes and storage locations are both checked. These features allow me to do two things. Storage locations let me set up different areas for my products to be stored inside of the warehouse or across multiple warehouses, refrigerators, shelves, or even vendor storage sites, but we'll get into that in another video. Meanwhile, multi-step routes allow for products to move along their own custom routes across reception, production, shipment, and more. In Odoo, all of the product storage locations and their associated stock moves are stored in the database, and put-away rules can help manage all of that. All right, now that I've enabled storage locations, I'm going to click on the configuration subheading again, and we can see options for locations and put-away rules. We'll check out put-away rules in a second. First, I'm going to click on locations and see what we already have here. Warehouse/stock is already set up as our parent location. That's a good start, but I want to designate a spot just for my flower pots so I know where to store them and where to find that. To do that, I'll click New, and in this form, I'm going to enter in flowers as our location. For the parent location, we'll set it as warehouse/stock. Now, as you can see, there are a lot more options here that we can configure and customize, but for now, I'm just going to click Save, and boom, I've got a new location just for my flower pots. Okay, now it's finally time to create a new put-away rule. To do that, we'll click our good friend, the configuration subheading, and then click on put-away rules. From here, I'm going to make a new rule by clicking on New. The first thing I need to do is decide a location. To do this, I'm going to click on the When the Product Arrives in field and select an option from the drop-down menu. In this case, I'm going to be picking warehouse/stock. Next, I need to decide what this rule applies to. So in the product field, I'll select flower pot. Finally, I need to decide where to move that product. To do that, I'm going to click on the Store to Sublocation field and choose warehouse/stock/flowers. At this point, my rule states if a flower pot arrives at my warehouse, I want Odoo to tell me that they should be stored on the shelf for flowers that I set up. Let's say I want to set up a separate put-away rule using the product category field instead of the product. So let's create a new put-away rule. So I'm going to save this and click New. In the product category field, I'll select all/saleable/flowers and fill in the same arrival and storage fields information to match the first rule above. So let's change the store sublocation field to warehouse/stock/flowers. With this rule recreated, it now states if I receive any products in the flowers category, not just flower pots, Odoo will tell me to store that product on my shelf for flowers. And that's basic put-away rules. Told you it was super easy. Now, Let's see our rules in action. Remember, Putaway Rules tells Odoo 3 things: an initial arrival location, a product, and a sublocation. To test the rule, let's have Stealthywood purchase more flower pots, shall we? Let's hop back into our dashboard and go into the Purchase app. I'm going to create a new RFQ by clicking on New. For the vendor, I'll select Azure Interior. Then I'll add the flower pot product to the purchase order line with a quantity of 10. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm this order. Once I confirm the order, I can check that the rule is in place by clicking on the Receipt Smart button here at the top. In the receipt itself, in the destination location field, I can see that the flower pots will arrive at my parent location warehouse/stock. Perfect. And when I click on this hamburger icon on the product order line, a stock move pop-up window appears. Here, I can see that Odoo remembers the rule and will want the product stored at the flowers location just like how we want it. Awesome. Well, Odooers, that's how you make a put-away rule. Good job following along. And if you're the one putting anything away, take it from me. Always lift it with your knees. I'll catch you next time.